What is up, y'all? LBM back for another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing Sonic Movie 1. Now, this will be a re-review because I actually reviewed this movie back when it first came out in 2020. So yeah, and I remember in that review, I was nothing but positive on the movie. I thought it was amazing, nothing wrong with it. Obviously, my thoughts on it have changed since then, so let's talk about it. Also, I forgot to show off my Sonic 2 Steelbook and my Sonic 2 review, so there it is now. Now to Sonic 1. Yeah, you thought I'd forget to show it off? Yeah, no. That would have been funny though if I did. Anyway, so Sonic Movie 1, the first Sonic movie live action, part of the Sonic movie cinematic universe. It is funny to think about how this movie could have ended up with, the original old ugly design Sonic. Because who knows, if that happened, we probably wouldn't be where we're at now with, movies 2 and 3, the Knuckles show. It probably would have just been a one and done. But thankfully they changed the design of Sonic, made him look better, and movie came out, was a big hit, and here we are now, or, obviously, yeah, no, here we are now with, 3 movies, a show, and more to come. So going back to the first movie, I will say, it is the weakest of the trilogy, it is. But it's still a really fun movie. Like, we only got 2 Sonic characters in here. We get Sonic and Eggman, to which I think Sonic's pretty solid in this movie. He's definitely much more different than, his game counterpart. He's clearly a much younger, unexperienced Sonic, which I think works for this movie. And I appreciate it more after movies 2 and 3 also, since, in movies 2 and 3 he starts to grow up more and mature more. So going back to the first movie, knowing that, this is just the beginning of Sonic, and, he's obviously at his youngest, well, not his youngest, but no, technically his youngest. He's at his youngest in this movie. I don't mind it. So I think he's pretty solid. Yeah, some of his jokes aren't the best, but there are times where he can make me laugh. So I like Sonic quite a lot in this movie. I think Eggman himself is pretty funny, played by Jim Carrey. Also, Ben Schwartz kills it as Sonic. I forgot to point that out. I think Ben Schwartz is an amazing Sonic. And and Jim Carrey does good as Eggman. He's definitely, I'd say this movie, he's definitely just Jim Carrey. You can argue he's just Jim Carrey as well in movies 2 and 3, but I feel like in this movie, he's especially, just Jim Carrey and not Eggman. But the same thing with Sonic, I feel like it's fine because, knowing where it goes in movie 2 and 3, where he becomes more like Eggman. I think here he was still pretty funny. It was a good start to his character as well. Just him still crazy, but not, in movies 2 and 3, he's clearly gone more crazy than Eggman. So yeah. The human characters in this movie I actually like quite a bit. I think Tom is actually a pretty solid character. I like his and Sonic's dynamic with each other, them throughout the whole movie, just going from one place to another, having fun. I enjoy that. I think their dynamic was pretty fun with each other. Maddie is a solid character as well. I love Agent Stone, of course. He's definitely, like I said before, is the best non-Sonic character in these movies. Other characters. Rachel was kind of funny. It was kind of funny when they tied her up and they took her car. Her daughter was also solid. What else? Obviously there's not many fight scenes. It's maybe towards the end, but the final fight scene I think is pretty good. That and the chase scene of Eggman chasing Sonic. But I think the whole final, 15-20 minutes was really, really good. I had a lot of fun with throughout the movie with Tom and Sonic, just on the buddy road trip that they were having. And I like Sonic's arc in this movie about him being all alone, which you feel bad for, but then by the end he gets his own friends or family, and then obviously that continues on in movies 2 and 3, which is nice to see. So I thought that was nice. The beginning, the opening scene in Green Hills, I really wish we would spend more time in. I feel like I was kind of, I don't know, I get they wanted to get it, his kind of backstory out of the way real quick, but I feel like we could have spent an extra few minutes just because I mean, we're there for only 1 minute, it feels like, and then we get introduced to a character called Longclaw, who who is also just there for about a minute, and then she dies, and that's been Sonic's big biggest person close to him to die in these movies. But it's like we barely even knew her, so it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard to feel. I mean, you feel sympathetic for him, but like for the character of Longclaw, not Longclaw, what was I saying? But for the character of Longclaw, it's just like, I don't know, I barely knew her, so I don't know. I do wish we would spend just at least a few more minutes in Green Hills, like maybe with Baby Sonic and Longclaw doing whatever. Then, once she died, you would feel bad. While I said I did like Tom and Maddie, I wasn't huge on just their scenes together without Sonic, because I think I said this in my Sonic 3 review. I think the human characters really do work a lot better when like they're with the Sonic characters, they're involved with what they're doing. To which, yeah, I get like at the beginning, the whole thing with Tom and Maddie, and Tom's like, oh, I want someone to like turn to me when they need help, to which Sonic ends up being that person who does. But I don't know. What else? I do think I noticed that some of the humor is not the best. I probably would count that as a con, just because there are a few jokes that just kind of made me roll my eyes, like in the hotel where Sonic farts. I mean, we got the Chewy Dog reference, which is cool, but I don't know. And man, what else? I don't know. I have seen people online say that this isn't a good Sonic movie, but that's a good movie, and I'd say I would agree with that, actually. Is that, yeah, as a Sonic movie, it's not the best, it's not great, but like, as a movie itself, it works, just fine, because, yeah, again, as a Sonic movie, you only really got Sonic and Eggman and Tails in the end credits, obviously. It's really by movie 2 and 3 where it starts to feel more Sonic, like Sonic movies, because obviously they get more into the lore, introducing more characters. But yeah, I'd say this movie, you'd argue that, it's not a good Sonic movie, but it's a good movie, and I would probably agree with that, honestly. I probably would agree with that. Of course, I really liked the end credits scene where Tails showed up, even though I got spoiled for that before it came out. I remember, stupid YouTube recommendation thumbnail. But yeah, still, that end credit scene with Tails was pretty exciting. I remember being excited to see him show up in Sonic Movie 2. Yeah, I don't know why I don't have a lot more to say on this movie. Even my original review wasn't that long, because not a lot to say other than it's a fun movie. It's not the best Sonic movie, because, like I said, it's not even a great Sonic movie itself. It's a good movie, but like, just thinking about movies 2 and 3 and how much they improved there with, basically everything. It's like, this one's still good, but it's like I don't really know how to describe this one now. But I still think it's a fun movie. I think it's a good movie. I always love going back to rewatch this one, the one that started it all. So I really enjoy it. So if I had to rate it, I would rate it a 4 out of 5. I think it's a very fun movie. Again, it's the weakest of the trilogy, but hey, it's way better than Knuckles, so give it that. But yeah, but what do you guys think of the first Sonic movie? Let me know in the comments, and yeah, as always, I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.